Good afternoon, good morning, good late evening, wherever you are around the world. My name is Peter No. Big welcome to In the Know with Peter No. In the next hour, what you will be doing is I will be your coach, I will be your mentor, I will be your bodybuilder. And this 1 hour every Wednesday is my favorite time, is because we get to not only train, we get to learn, we get to talk about things that we don't talk about usually on trainings. We get to pick each other's brains. You get to express yourself and share everything that's going on in your build. And if you are a brand new partner here with us because you've been invited by your workout buddy, your bodybuilder, big welcome to you, okay? So, let's go over some of the topics today. As you all know, today is September 27th. It is the last week of the month. Last week, what did we go through? We went through literally all the changes in the year. I expressed to you what we will be doing as far as our podcast, what goals you're going to have. And today I really want to hone in, okay? Because again, this is the last week of the quarter. You know that my lifestyle, my build, my business changes every 90 days. So let me do this. Let me ask a better question right now to start off this call. Who here has evolved in the last 90 days?
Big time.
Big time, okay? I'm going to pick on people. Today, we're really gonna do a lot of interaction, okay? More than ever today, because we're finishing off our quarter. And I wanna start off with this call is I'm just so proud of each one of you. I have seen the changes myself, physically in you. I've seen the changes in your business. I've seen the changes in your health. And how do I know? Do you know that I talk to a lot of people every day? Do you know that I got into a call with Bob and Amy's group, and everybody knows Bob and Amy, right? So we had a leadership call, and I kind of broke down some numbers of leadership. Okay, and that will be another one of our topics going in here. So we might as well go into it here now. And when I started 4 years ago, I personally enrolled 30 partners in the first 90 days, first 3 months. 30, okay? Out of the 30, I have 12 builders. Out of the 12 builders, I have 7 PDs, presidential directors, and senior presidential directors, 7. I'm giving you these numbers because I'm preparing you for what is going to happen in 2024 as far as building, lineage, okay? And I'm preparing your build. The reason why I'm giving you these numbers is if you already see how you have to communicate with your team, with one leader, can you imagine communicating with 12 leaders? And when you communicate with 12 leaders, do you know we get paid generations, right? First generation, second generation, and third generation. So take 12 times 3 more generations. Does that seem like a lot to each one of you?
Mm-hmm.
Deborah's like, yeah, that's a lot. Pamaka is like, oh my God, how do you do that? But I can always tell you, it is a lot, but that's why, what is one of the favorite words I use? BLD. B is for building. L is for what? Leveraging. I'm leveraging my leaders. And the one beautiful thing about this compensation plan, the way that David designed it, he designed it for you. You cannot manipulate it. You have to grow into the phases of the comp plan. So for example, what is the first way you get paid? You get paid to bring on a partner, correct? And then what is the second way you get paid? You get paid to actually physically build out 2 teams, correct? That is the second phase. The third phase is called generational match. What does that mean? That means when you learn how to build out your 2 legs or your 2 teams, and you can teach that to the the person that you enrolled. And when they start building out their 2 teams, you will earn a percentage of that build out. Is everybody with me? Now, if then on your first generation, so if I enrolled Maria and I teach her how to build 2 legs and she starts earning the cycling money, the $50, I'm going to earn 25% every time she earns $50. But then now Maria and I are going to have to help her personals, which is what? My second generation. And then Maria and I and our second generation is going to help her what? Her first generation, her second generation's first, which is my third generation. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this to you now is because how do you define a leader? How do you define a good leader? Number one, I've always told you, a good leader helps their team feel safe. A good leader is leading their team to a safe place. A good leader is just doing the things that they need to do to duplicate. Then the second way, how do you define one builder to another builder? Everybody here, we can make the same amount of money on volume on the cycling, correct? Because you can get lucky by somebody finding a leader on your left leg and somebody finding a leader on your right leg, correct? We can all make the same amount of money on the cycling because that's all based on what? Volume, points. But what is the difference between one leader making the same amount of money on the cycling as the other leader, but then why is that one leader making 5 times or 10 times more money than the other person? Maria, you can answer me that.
Way they're set up.
It's from volume.
No.
Or
What?
the
If 2 leaders are having the same amount of volume, Amanda and Maria, both of them are the same. What is the difference between one leader making 5 times more money than another leader?
Because he's helping other people be leaders.
Correct. And that means your generation match, right, Pat?
Yeah.
If you're matching on more of your first generation, on your second generation, and on your third generation, because each generation will make the next generation up more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes,
Does everybody get that?
yes.
So the reason why I'm telling you this today is because we're going into our 4th quarter. I'm going to give you homework and goals in the next 90 days to prepare you for 2024. Because what you see now in the last 4 years, and this is the ending of our 4-year anniversary. September is the last month of Marcy and I's 4-year anniversary. We graduated already. We're done. But we're not done until each one of you graduates. So I'm counting now, 2024 is a brand new start. Who here is ready for a brand new start? Good, because now you've been to high school. Now we're going to go to college, right? Now, some of us graduated a little bit earlier, and some of us are still enjoying the 4-year high school. Is that okay? Yes, everything is okay here. because this is a lifetime school. This is no time limit. But guess what? I want you to define now. Remember, when you're in a business or when you're in school, they tell you specifically, if you take these amount of classes with these amount of semesters, you're going to graduate at this year, correct? Unless you slept through it and you flunked through it, okay? That's another story. In network marketing, if you bring this many people in, and if you're doing the right things by duplicating it properly, how many people do you need here? This is not a trick question, everyone. How many people do you need to develop here for you to graduate and reach the highest rank in the company?
2.
2. Heidi, no, you need 6 to be active, but you need to develop 2 leaders here. 1 on your left, 1 on your
1
right.
on my right.
Whoever that is, I love you. Okay, she knows. So everybody's with me, but you're going to have 6 workout buddies and identify and develop 2 bodybuilders. So how many years is it going to take for you to define those, identify and find those 2 bodybuilders?
6 months to 1 year.
Whoever that is, I love you. 6 months to 1 year. Okay. Now, can you take 1.5 years and 2 years? Yes.
Continuously, yes.
Yes, you can. Okay. Now, again, we're not going anywhere. We're here for you. But now, because of what David is coming up with next year, okay, I'm going to keep on repeating it because our convention is in almost 2 weeks from now. After this convention, there will be excitement. There will be momentum. There will be changes. There will be updates. Okay? This company will not look the same after this convention. October, November, December, that's another 3 months, 90 days. So let's do this. Can I help you? Okay, well, let me repeat this. I've given up my summertime and we went to work together. That's why this gym in the know, we all have been working out together in the slowest time of the year. You know that, right? During summertime. And you all said you already grew and you evolved yourself already. Now let's take what you've learned. Let's apply that and put it on steroids in the next 90 days. Can we all help each other in the next 90 days identify and develop 2 bodybuilders? Who's in?
Yes.
If
I
you
am.
already have 1, congratulations. If you identify 2, you're blessed. Let's now go deeper. If you don't have anyone yet because you're new, because life got in the way, because you got discouraged, because things happened, that's okay. Like I said, we're going into the 4th quarter. Just think of it as like going to freshman and sophomore year. You got used to the college, right? It's okay. You might have had a heartbreak. Maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend broke up with you. It's okay. But now it's time to move on.
No.
Right? So it's time to move on. Now we're going into the fall and winter time. This is the best time to plant your seeds.
Yes.
And when I say there will be changes happening, Marcy and I are being updated every day by the corporate. Okay, you're going to start seeing. That we might change websites, the business systems. Okay, we're going into a simpler show and tell. Even that, now who here saw the podcast with David where he started talking about a little bit about the regulations and what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, look at all these names up, okay? Everybody, it's happening. So I'm updating you now. Marcy and I are already 3 steps ahead of doing the changes. We're going to announce all these things after the convention, and I'm just letting everybody know. It's even going to get more simpler, more direct, okay? We're going into storytellings now. I want you to define your stories. Jan Weishar has an amazing story. Amanda has an amazing story. Michael Wheaton has an amazing story. Everybody, each one of you have an amazing story. Each one of you have a picture. When you first start off, 30, 60, 90 days, how much different did you look? We don't have to get into the weeds anymore with a lot of crazy testimonials. Does that make sense? And I want to stay compliant because this is live, okay? This is a recording. You guys are understanding, read behind the lines what I'm saying, okay? We have to protect this company to the next level now. If we want this goose to keep on laying eggs, we got to start being very compliant, and each one of us is responsible. Marcy and I are just responsible for making the tools happen to make your life easier to build this business so you can identify your next 2 builders. So what does it mean to identify your next 2 builders? If you had an opportunity to invest in Apple 20 years ago in a stock, or Amazon, if you had an opportunity to do anything, who would be the first 2 people that you would share this with?
The largest law firm. Visit for the people.
Does that make sense? I need you to really identify, who do you lock arms with? Is it your best friend? Is it your longtime neighbor? Okay, remember, my 12 partners, we have been working together for years. I did not find them off the streets. It's not a cold market. It took me time to develop relationships, okay? Each one of you have relationships. I need you to go into those relationships now. I need you to put on your thinking hat and really understand how big this opportunity is. Who do you want a part of this? And plug them into our system so we can develop them. Are you guys with me on this? I'm setting your mindset for the next 90 days.
Yes.
To really prepare, okay? So in the next 90 days, when we identify this and you identify your 2 key people, what is going to happen starting in January of 2024, I'm already predicting it for you, what's going to happen. You're going to feel so excited and fulfilled that you have a goal for the next year. You're going to be so excited and fulfilled that you have a system to back you up for that goal. You're going to be so excited that you have actually 2 people running with you, knowing that you 3 will be financially or have freedom in 2024. Does that sound good? Sounds good, right? You know what I'm excited about? Oh, Janice, you know what I'm excited about? I'm excited about helping my 12 people graduate and go through the finish line. And they know who they are, okay? And you all know who they are too, because you see them, okay? I can name a few of them, but they're here. So you're gonna be so excited by next year, because every day, I want each one of you to buy a brand new calendar book, and every day I want you to write down your changes in your financials, your changes in the people that you work with, and every day for the next 2024, what if you have a track record, a resume of exactly what you did, how you did it, and however long you've been here with us, whether you've been here a year, a month, 2 years, 3 years, some of us 4 years now. Let's just call that preseason. That is just building the foundation to a championship team. Now we're going into the season, which is next year. Okay? Are you guys in with me? Okay. So we have another 90 days. We have another 12 weeks. We have another 3 months. If you break it down simply terms like this, what are we going to do together as a team? What are we going to do together as an organization? And what are we going to do together as a company? Okay? You have to think in that terms. That's how I think. And Marcy and I, she's a systems person, but I'm a visions person and I'm a numbers guy. So this is like running a corporation. You guys see that, right? It's nothing hard. It's just running a corporation. I'm even put it even this way for you. What if David Schmidt called you, Laura, Terry, Mary, Amanda, Helen, Diane? What if David personally called you and said, hey, Diane, you're responsible for Arizona. I'm giving you the exclusive rights to sell this to the entire Arizona. Who are the first 2 people you're going to call?
Want me to tell you?
Yes? Tell me.
Jeff,
And who?
Jeff Patterson,
And who else?
and Carol.
Okay, done. So now we're going to call Jeff and Carol. Hey, Jeff, Carol. David Schmidt called me and he said that I can get exclusive to the entire Arizona. Who are the first 2 people you're going to call?
My best
So
friend.
Jeff, are you on the line? You must be driving, okay? So Jeff, I know he got rich, right?
Yeah.
So you guys with me, right? Every week, I want to dig deep, deep, deep into your first, second, and third generation. I'm going to help you build your 3 generations, identify them, and make sure that you're matching correctly. You identify your leaders and you're communicating directly. I'm going to give you the schedules on how to only work an extra 1 to 2 hours a week on that communication line. We're going to create a whole structure on exactly when a brand new person comes in, where they need to go, what they need to do, what package they need to be for the next 90 days. Do you see how I'm defining everything for you now? And all that is going to be on a flyer and a PowerPoint and on a 5-minute and a 10-minute video. And all you got to do in the next 90 days, Pat, make me a list, and then we're going to share this information with them. Right, Pat? Okay. Do you see how what we're doing now together as a team? And then what I want you to do is I want you to plug in, and every week I want you to start inviting your bodybuilders to these calls. I want to see your generations grow. Okay? And if this call is going to evolve to another call, I'm going to do the same thing here with the men's call. And the reason why I'm doing a men's call, everyone, is not because I don't love you women, okay? It's because I've been requested by all the men to have a call. Because the women are really, women in network marketing is almost a 90-10% ratio, 90% women, 10% men. In LifeWave, it could be, I believe, a 70-30, 70% women and 30% men, okay? So that's a very healthy ratio in LifeWave. And that's because stem cells, technology, things, it resonates. This is not like being in new skin where it's literally 95% women, because you're not dealing with beauty products or feminine products, okay? So stem cells is masculine and feminine, right? We can say that, right? Okay, good. So now, does everybody understand where we're going now? Okay, we took 30 minutes, we set some goals up. Now what I want to do in the next 30 minutes, how do we get men not to be so skeptical. So awesome. Heidi, I don't know, anyone here, if anybody has any questions that you would like me to ask for the men's call. Hey, men, I'm throwing it out there. I'm asking the women what to ask the men. That's a good one, right? I'm asking the women what to ask for the men. And
What-
men, I'm asking the men what to ask for the men too. So write it on the chat, and Heidi, can you snapshot to me and text that to me? So you don't have to write it physically down. Go ahead, Diane.
I will.
Oh, I was just gonna say to ask them, I can put in the chat, like, what's the hesitation? From, between a man and a woman, especially in this business, when it's about stem cells, and technology. That's what I would ask them.
You know what? Let's take 10 minutes. Let's take 10, 15 minutes and let's have a little discussion about the differences, right? So, Diane, that question is, what is the hesitation from a man asking and a woman asking, right?
Why are women more apt to join than men, even though plenty of women have full-time careers and jobs? But yet they see this. Maybe, I'm thinking maybe it's because they're more concerned and take care of their health, and the men don't.
That is, I believe that is 70% right there. Men, they kind of procrastinate on their health. Even though they know they need to go to the doctor or the dentist, they push that off to the last minute until they need a root canal. Is that true, man? Because I used to be like that. So if there's any men out there that want to speak, Michael, Don, you want to speak on that, Don?
Absolutely. I think it's the cruel conditioning that the world's like pushed at men. It's pushed at everybody, but men are more susceptible to it, and being told to be strong. And they shy away from sharing, things that bother them. I think a great strategy is find men who are empathetic. They won't be as reluctant to step into this because they've got a heart and a passion for wanting to help others. It's just a great target.
Do you believe that there is because on the men's call we'll talk about, do you believe there's a certain way to approach a man that is different than to approach a woman?
I don't think so. I think if we're approaching people with integrity, and if we approach by asking questions as opposed to trying to position this as an opportunity, I don't have an opportunity for anybody, but I've got an option for everybody. And if people don't,
go ahead, sorry. Go ahead.
if people don't feel like they're being pushed and people are trying to corner them or pry, I think by asking questions and getting somebody to start seeking their own clarity, everything changes at that point. Their filtering system for listening, and it impedes us from throwing up all over them with what we think is exciting about all of this, and simply answering their questions for them to be able to make their decisions.
Wow. Did you all heard that? Juan is like clapping. Juan resonated with that one, right? So Don, what you're saying in simple terms is just be more be more transparent, be more direct, right? Into asking and not throwing up. And again, that's what we teach anyways. But
Yes.
sometimes to a man, everyone, it's just because we're so direct. I think that's it. It's just so direct. So thank you, Don, for sharing that. Anybody
You're
else?
welcome.
Any men that want to add? Juan, you want to add to that? You got something to add to that?
I would say, speaking, because I was skeptical when I first heard about this. Now, the only thing that got me over the skepticism was this. I had been studying about like frequency, energy, and vibration and stuff like that, learning about from Nikola Tesla and other things like the Emerald Tablets of Thoth. I don't know if you've ever seen that book or read about it, but and even the Bible, right? So the Bible says that we are beings of light, and so because of that, I wasn't as skeptical. But you know, when someone says that this little sticker is gonna, it sounds far fetched. You know, I'm gonna be honest. I was like, really, a sticker? And then I said, all right, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll give it a go, right? And once you experience it, like I'm speaking of myself because I don't really have any health issues. So, but I heard that's supposed to help you with exercise and recovery and stamina and performance. And I said, all right, fine. So I got the X39, X49, and I said, all right, I'm gonna go to the gym. I hadn't been to the gym for 3 months, and I went hard. And the next day I wasn't sore, and the day after that I wasn't sore. And I was like, well, that's never happened in my life. I'm 41 now.
Yeah.
Once I experienced it, I was like, all right, this is legit, legitimate stuff.
When the person that piqued your interest, did they ask you, what have you heard about stem cells? Was that the first thing that came out pretty much?
No, actually they approached my wife because
Okay.
and then
Smart move. Whoever did that. Okay.
yeah, that was Pat. Pat approached my wife Bianca,
Okay.
and then I was like, all right, let me take a look at it.
So let me ask you this one, and I'm practicing with this. And Amanda, you're next, okay? So I'm practicing this. What if I came to say, hey, Juan, do you have energy?
Depends on the day.
Would you like some energy?
Yes,
What do you know about frequency?
I've been learning a little bit here and there.
Can I send you a video to watch about some frequency technology? Would you be interested in looking at that?
Yes, I'll look into it.
Everybody, did you see what I just kind of changed a little bit of the messaging? Instead of maybe even stem cells, what if we're going into energy frequency now? Would that open up a broader way, a more compliant way? Does that make sense, everyone?
Makes sense.
So energy, everybody needs energy, right? Everybody wants energy, and energy is so universal that everybody knows what energy is, but it's either you have it or you don't. So we're gonna hone in on that a little bit more later, okay? So thanks, Juan. Amanda, what you got? What questions you got?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I would say men who are in pain, they're much more open to hearing about things. And also I would say not over promising, and even not just over explaining, but you know, when we talk about reversing and things, then they go, oh, wait a minute, this can't be true. I just say, you know, I have something that might help you. It's that simple. And then they lower their guard so that they're maybe open to hearing more.
Did you hear that? All Amanda asked is, hey, Joe, do you got pain? Yeah. Are you open to hear something that I can help you with that pain? A and B, very direct, very direct. Hey, with that pain, what have you heard about stem cells? What have you heard about inflammation? What do you know about frequency? Direct, send our information, send a website. And I think men, I don't know, again, I'm learning this too, okay? I have not gone into the whole men trainings, but what if men just maybe sometimes just need to be told what to do? Is that what men, you know? Because if my mom tells me, do this, I go do it. If my girl tells me, hey, go do this, buy this, da, 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 I go do it. Sometimes in the feminine world, in the female world, maybe we might have to dance a little bit with our words, right? To get something. So that will be something I'll learn. I'll discover it through the men's call. So, and again, this is not a woman man thing, okay? I don't want to make sure that we don't step on anybody's toes and, you know, we're like being, you know, one-sided or anything, okay? It's a very platonic call, okay? So And we got 38 chats on here, so we're hitting around on the button. Okay, everyone. So next, updates, okay? Our convention is in the next 2 weeks. I want everybody to know, is everybody experiencing customer service, long time waits? This is because, what do you think it is? We're going through pains, okay? We're growing, Don. We know. We are growing, everyone. And this is the thing too, and I want to touch on this subject. We have a lot of social media influencers coming in. Social media influence, there's a difference between building this way and building it one by one by one by one. Each one of us here, we're building one by one by one by one. What does that mean? That means we know exactly what to tell that new person, what to do, how to do things. We are our own customer service for our brand new partners. But when the social media team, sometimes I hate to say this, when you're blasting out something and people are Googling LifeWave or they're signing up on the link, and imagine 10, 20, 100, 1,000 people signing up, right? And then they go on the wrong tree. They don't know what they're ordering. Do you think that one social media guy is going to be able to handle all that personal enrollments? Where do you think is the first place they're going to call to get questions answered? Customer service. So I you know, nothing against social media people coming in here. We love you, but this is network marketing. This is a personal human touch business. And I'm telling each one of us here, don't ever get away from that. The social media teams, they have uplines and uplines that have to help them to go through that. And if they don't, it's boggling down the system. And I'm saying this, okay? I might get in trouble for it, but I don't care because this call is about transparency and I'm letting you know what's going on. Also, the company has hired one of the top customer service consultants in the industry. They're here now, okay? There's a lot of new, they cannot hire enough and train enough. So sometimes if you're getting sometimes the wrong information from customer service, sometimes it is because it's just off a little bit, okay? That's why we kind of help each other. So we have our Facebook page, we have our Telegram pages, we have our chats, and you have 3 generations of uplines to confirm this with. Everybody has an upline that leads to an upline, that leads to an upline, that leads to Peter, that leads to Marcy. Does that make sense? That leads to a presidential director, that leads to a senior presidential director. We are really self-explanatory. We kind of control ourselves. Team Evolve is now 75,000 members, everyone. Year to date right now. 75,000, okay? How do you control? Imagine you own a company, everyone, and you have 75,000 employees. How do you communicate with your own organizations? But we have how many leaders? We have 70 SPDs, PDs, and executive directors. I don't even know how many senior directors, and I'll go through Marcy's back office and I'll find out for you how many. Each rank, each level takes care of their own levels. Are you with me on that? We all have to help each other answer each other's questions. But that's why our job is to what? Systemize it, structure it, and that's why I'm making those videos, okay? That will tell you exactly what to do, how to do it, how to set it up, how to do things so we minimize mistakes. When we minimize mistakes, we don't boggle down the customer service. When we don't boggle down the customer service, there's no lag time. For example, if you don't know, if you place the one person on the wrong side to go to the other side, sometimes if you didn't know because you didn't ask or you just brand new, just waiting for that change could take days. You know what I mean? That could days wasted. What if you bought the wrong package or you bought the wrong patches in that package? What if you didn't set up your auto ship and you lost your points? Does that make sense? Everything, all those little things can cost you time and energy. That will boggle down the customer service. So we as a team now, in the next 90 days, we're going to systemize even more. We're just going to try to minimize our mistakes, and we're going to duplicate much more solid, much more structured. Okay. Now I want to talk about this thing. It's pretty, I'm going back and forth on this, but I'm going through this with my teams right now. And I'm going to define that for you. This is a binary. And I'm going to, we never named the names, but I'm going to name it for you now. What is a shared leg, everyone? A shared leg. What does that mean? Who can answer that for me? What does a shared leg mean?
It's where you
Okay.
get overflow when people above are enrolling people.
Amanda said it's when you're getting a spillover, an overflow of people above you. So when you have people above you, you are sharing a leg. Does that make sense, everyone? Laura's like, no. Laura, do you have somebody above you that is building above you on your leg?
Yes, my sponsor.
What leg is, are you on their left leg or their right leg?
I don't know.
OMG, you don't know what leg you are?
No,
Oh, I'm gonna have you call your upline and ask them, am I on your left leg or your right leg?
okay.
Then when she says, you are on my left leg, that means, Laura, your shared leg is your left leg. You're sharing it with your upline.
Okay.
Does that make sense, everyone? I want to make sure, I want to define this before I make my
I
videos.
gave you some food before. You love chicken?
I love
You
chicken.
like?
So, everyone, there's a shared leg, define that. Now, when you're brand new, for example, okay, everyone, for example, I enrolled Heidi and I placed her on my left leg, which she's sharing with thousands of people, and pretend I hit bottom left and she's my last person on my left leg, okay? She's sharing it with the left leg. What is her right leg called now?
Pay leg.
We call it a pay leg, but Don, I'm gonna define it now. I'm gonna call it a building leg, because both legs you're gonna get paid on. Does that make sense? You get paid. But I wanna say that's your new leg and that's your building. What are you building? You're building a brand new leg with the brand new person that you're putting on the right side. Does that make sense? You're building it. And now you're creating a shared leg for that brand new person. So the reason why I'm defining it a shared leg and a building leg now is this. When you're brand new, and I'm not even writing it, I'm not even showing you a chart. I'm just showing you a visual. I always want you to learn how to visualize things. When you're brand new here and you're getting on a shared leg, this is what I want to train. The first two people that you enroll, the very first two, why should they go on a shared leg instead of a building leg? Don, maybe you can help me answer that and I'll define it for you. Why is the reason?
Well, I think for me, it becomes a thing of ethics. It's a thing, if the first person I'm sponsoring into this business trusted me enough, I want them to share the same experience I'm experiencing with my upline and them potentially experiencing spillover before I start building. One, I'm going to be building some confidence that this is working if I put my first 2 people down there. The people above me are seeing activity, and then it really avoids orphan positions for people who put someone down their inside leg and they quit because they don't see any activity.
Don literally said exactly what I was going to say. So thank you, Don. You hit it right on the money. So I'm going to
Thank
answer
you.
Amanda's question and then I'll define that again. Go ahead, Amanda.
Question is, when you're first starting someone new out, so this is Erickson, he just signed up a few minutes ago.
What's up, Erickson?
And I put him on my overflow leg because I know he wants to build. But before he sees any points, how's he gonna know which leg is his overflow leg?
Because when you put them on the overflow, you put them already on a shared leg, Amanda.
Yeah,
So no matter what, he's going to get overflow on that right leg. Let's just pretend it's the right.
yes. But
So-
if he wants to enroll a builder, how does he know which side to start with?
That's what I'm defining now. Put both the first 2 people always has to go into the shared leg now, everyone, wherever you're sharing with. And Don just said it because I'm not saying this and I'm seeing this. What if the enroller quits and he put the first 2 people on the building, he put on the inside leg, a building leg. And what if he quits? What happens to those 2 people? They become orphans. Orphans. They're never going to get spillover or support on the shared leg.
So what are you selecting first? You put strong outside leg? Is that your first selection?
Strong outside leg is the shared leg, everyone.
Okay.
That's why the
Thank
company
you.
has that option. But I'm suggesting you to know, you're orphan. Sorry, Tasha, you're an orphan. And I hate to say this. I'm trying to minimize orphans now moving forward. And I'm seeing this in my Asian legs. I'm seeing this in because some people in the beginning, everyone, in our first year or 2, we made a lot of mistakes. And now the 3rd and 4th year, we're identifying those mistakes and correcting them. Now, I'll give you an example. Savi Vargas, everybody knows Savi, right? He is my personal. He was on my shared leg, which is my left leg. Who do you think was his very first person that he enrolled? Dr. Harmon, but he put it on the right leg. So guess what? He got lucky on that build. But that was our very first 6 months, year. Does that make sense? Nobody quit that time. But as we're growing now, I want to make sure we define it because I'm seeing so many orphans that are being left on the inside leg of someone after the first 2. And what Don said, the first 2 people are just your warm up. They could be your friends, your family. Get it? You don't know what they're going to do. And you don't even know if your person is going to build anyway. So, Amanda, your person, Erickson, if he's brand new, so big welcome. But Erickson is brand new to the gym. He might bring in his first 2 people. And what if he put them on the building leg first instead of the shared leg? And what if something happens to him and he quits? Those 2 people are going to be orphans and they're never going to get spillover and they're never going to get support because they are not benefiting, or the team, nobody's spilling over benefiting from them. Does that make sense, everyone? I'm going to take a lot of time and a lot of videos now to define this so we have less orphans if we can prevent it, okay? And this is all structured. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna
Hey,
mute
Peter.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Unmute yourself, Deborah. Unmute yourself.
I just want to clarify something because I am really into clarity that it helps people so much because, you know, the way we see it in the binary tree viewer, it's either outside bottom right or outside bottom left. I'm not asking for myself. I'm wanting to help other people. I'm clear about it. But when you say, the right leg or the left leg, it really depends on where people are signed up. So I would prefer if we are defining it as you're either on the outside leg, which is the shared leg, because it goes up more, with your upline, or you're on the inside leg where you also need to pick some strong people to build that leg and make that leg happen. But it's really the outside leg or the inside, because if you
1000%.
got people on the right, then their shared leg is the right. But if you got people on the left, their shared leg is the left.
But let's pretend, Deborah, if you're on the outside right, and then that's your shared leg, and then now you started to build your left leg, correct? Think about that. You started to build your left leg. Now, what if that next person is coming in on your left leg? They don't know what an outside leg, that's their shared leg with their uplines now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but in the binary, I was taught to sign people up in the binary tree viewer, where you get, the next gray thing with the cross, and you sign people up there, the plus sign, and so regardless of where you are or how far down you've gotten, isn't it the outside or the inside?
But your outside and inside could be someone's inside and inside. Does that make sense, everyone?
Yeah,
You can't
okay.
define it like that. You gotta
Okay,
understand.
but when you say left and right, it starts getting really like.
Because no, the basics is everybody has a left and a right. That's the basics. But you gotta know who's your upline above you and
That's
what
for sure.
leg are you on.
Yeah,
So everyone,
absolutely.
define who is your upline and who's their upline and what leg are you on.
Yeah,
Because
in this system, that's a smart question to ask right away.
right away, just define it.
I'm the person who asked it in our whole thing, and nobody else was. It was like a revelation.
And again, if you have a fast growing brand new team, for example, my new Asian team, they in 60 days, they brought in 200 people. 200 people in 60 days. It is going left, right. Get it? Everyone is zigzag already because they didn't know, and and that's why I'm talking about this now, because I have to make a video to teach them. The first 2 people goes on a shared leg. And then from there, the next 2 people goes, and you're starting to build your building leg. You're building a brand new leg together. And then that building leg will be somebody else's shared leg. And then put their 2 here. And then they're gonna build their building legs with their new people. And that will define what Don said. Everybody has to make their own legs longer. But if we can feed those legs longer, then everybody can support each other more. And then we will have less orphans just in case somebody quits. But they won't quit because if they see a long leg, get it? Then sometimes they won't quit, and then they can be stronger from their inside leg. If you make somebody else stronger, if they start seeing more volume on one leg, that means they're stronger to build their building leg. Does that make sense? It's a phase. You got to go through that phase. Jan, go ahead. And then Pat.
So I put this in the notes, the chat, Peter.
Okay.
So after your first 2 are placed in your shared leg, you enroll like a banshee into your building leg because you are the leader who's applying this regenerative science, because you are creating a new shared leg with all of that flurry of activity that you're pouring down your shared leg, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Let me even do this, okay? I don't want to do this, but I have to do this.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it, okay? Let's do this, okay? And this is recorded, so Yeah, let's do this. So don't look at the income statement, okay, everyone? Jan, do you see this? Oh, what happened to my mute?
Yes, I
Okay,
do.
this is my tree, right, Jan?
Okay,
I started 4 years ago, right? Now look at this, everyone. I have a left leg and I have a right leg. Now look at this. If I go to my left leg, look at this person right here. I'm gonna click on this person, right? This person has built, this is their shared leg, the left leg with here. The left leg has 21,000 something people. And the right leg has, oh, actually, this person's building. Okay, never mind. Let me find another one. Let me find another one.
Peter, I'm curious because you have blanks there, because are the blanks where people have like left or,
Yes.
because I even have somebody who died, not because of this, but, but they haven't been removed, you know, or people have
Well,
been.
it just takes time. It just takes
I
time.
think, Peter, I think it's 1 year. If somebody hasn't had any activity with 1 year, within a
Okay.
1 year period, then they're
Correct.
taken off.
Then
the
they will be
binary.
removed. Okay, great. Thank you.
So
Peter, is the method, is the build compression based?
yes, the build is
Okay, thank you.
compression based. So whoever that person enrolled, if that account goes out, all their personals move up to your first generation. Okay. I was trying to find an account where it's dead and there's only one person on the building leg, and that person is an orphan. I wanted you to see what an orphan looks like. Okay. But I can't find it. So I'll do it for the next call. But everybody, do you guys understand what I'm talking about? We understand, we're on the same page, right? I'm gonna make a video next week to define this for you. I want this to be cleared in the next 90 days moving forward. What a share leg is, what a build leg is, and how we can minimize orphans. This would just make our organization more stronger as we go. Go ahead, Don. You have something to say?
There are a couple of organizations whose binaries are it mandatory for you to put 2 people down. It will not unlock your build leg until you've positioned 2 people down your shared leg.
I think we need to apply that into LifeWave sooner or later.
I think it needs to be applied everywhere. I don't think there's anything sadder than an orphan position.
It is sad. I'm telling everyone, it is sad. And then there is no freebies either, you know, like just in case. So we can all get lucky, but we don't want to build on luck. Okay. So again, we're going to define this. So Pat, you have a question?
Can you
Pat?
suggest that,
Oh.
Peter? Can you suggest that to corporate to?
Oh yeah. I believe there's going to be comp plan changes that will help the company, number one, structure it properly. And again, we're going into the next level of volume. So there might not be a SPD, there'll be a SPD1, SPD2, and SPD3s in the future because volume is going higher now, okay? 200,000 points a month is not that much to hit the highest rank in a company, okay? So Pat, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. I understand the first 2 people in the first leg. That's great. I get that. But not everybody's going to come into the company as builders like I am. I want to be a builder, right? But some people will just come in as customers. So do they still, does it matter? Like,
Oh yeah. So what if you just signed up 2 wholesale customers, right?
yes,
Pat?
yes.
And what if you put those 2 on the shared leg, correct?
Okay, yes, okay.
So that is even better for you because now you're experienced, you know how to sign up 2 people. What if the third person is actually a builder and you put them on a building leg?
So I put them on the right leg then.
Correct. And then what if that right leg is building now because you already got practice from your first 2?
Okay,
I'm
okay.
I'm confused here.
Oh,
So
We're talking customers?
no,
yes.
well, she's
If
not.
somebody comes in as just a customer, I mean, around the road, they might decide to be a consultant or whatever you call it, your brand partner. But some
They
people, they don't want to do a business. They just want to have the product as a customer.
Customer does not get a position, just to let you know. A preferred customer
Yes.
or a retail customer does not get a position.
What do you do with them then?
Oh, you just sign them up and they just get the products, but they
I'm
don't
You
get
getting
a
enjoy
mixed
the
up. I'm sorry.
commission.
I should have asked because I'm getting mixed up.
That was a way off question, but I understand what she's saying because sometimes a customer could buy a silver pack and a
Yes,
gold pack or a bronze pack, everyone.
yes, that's
Okay?
correct.
So then when they buy a wholesale pack, I call them
Yes.
wholesale packs, she could have put them on the two on the share leg anyways. Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Okay.
So that's what she meant, okay? But there's a difference between a retail customer and a brand partner. Nobody is a distributor, everyone. Even if they buy a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, you're not an official distributor until you enroll your very first person.
Exactly. Okay.
You're not, to the company, you're not a distributor because we don't ask for your social security number. We can only ask for your social security number when you earn the commission, and then you have to fill out your back office, your I payout.
Okay.
So what Pat is saying, everyone, I signed up 2 wholesale customers. They decided to come in with a bronze or a silver. I put them on the left side, but then Pat, now you learn how to pique their interest. You got them on a podcast. They pick a package. You did it twice. Now the third one and the fourth one maybe could be your builder, and you're putting it on the right leg now.
Yeah.
And then what if what if one of them is a builder? Now, good Lord, you're blessed. Now you got volume from the left because of the share leg. Now you got a builder on the right. Now you're constantly building now. You're starting your 2 legs now to build.
Yeah, because a customer down the road, they could want the product great, but they might think, you know what, I'm going to make some money out of this. I'd be
But let's not use the word customer because there's a defined difference between a retail customer, a preferred customer, and a brand partner.
Okay.
A brand partner is someone that bought a wholesale package.
Okay.
Which is a bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond.
Yes. Okay.
A brand partner.
Yes.
Customer, a retail customer or a preferred customer does not get a position. They don't get a box, Pat.
Okay.
They don't get to earn points. They don't get to save points. That's why I teach everyone to define what is.
Why did I have to have points in where I was doing? Because I don't understand this.
You came in as a wholesale brand partner.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
that's correct.
You're
I
not
came in with a gold pack. That's what I did.
You came in as a distributor. That's what
yes.
you came. Okay.
Okay.
But there's a difference between a distributor and a customer. A customer gets no position. They just want the product at wholesale cost. That's it. And I'll define that on the next call. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Because I'm still a bit confused, but that's okay.
Okay. I can call you. Show you this.
Thank you.
Is anybody confused what a customer is? A customer is a customer. They do not get a position. You got to pay retail or wholesale, preferred customer. A brand partner is someone that buys a wholesale package. They get the option of getting on auto ship and start saving their points. They get the benefit of earning commissions. Okay, Pat? As a brand partner, a distributor. Yes. Done. Okay?
Okay.
And we'll go over that again if you're confused. So, Jan, last call.
Yeah, Peter, I have just a comment on the side. Our team, our little community under Eric Beal is growing like wildfire. And we're not selling business. What we're doing is we're filling orders. And the way Eric screen shares and shows only, not the back office with the income statement, but shows only the packs to the new person who's the prospect who's looking to purchase patches. We find out how many patches they need to fill their need in their family or as an individual. And the way Eric describes it is that we can help you get actually free sleeves in what really ends up being below wholesale price, according to the pack that best suits your need. Nothing is said about business. That this pack is simply a wholesale bundle that people choose between in order to see what meets their needs. And the only time that we say anything at all about business is if they ask, oh, is there a way I can earn money by sharing this? Now, if you've targeted a person whom you know is a builder, that's your relationship with them up front, they're going to ask immediately. But that's the idea, is that we're selling wholesale wholesale packages of product because they need the product. And then it just takes off from there and snowballs. It's like this.
Did you all got what Jan said?
Yeah. Thank you, Jan. That was really great. I thought that was excellent. Thank you.
You're just fulfilling wholesale packages. But by fulfilling that, they get a benefit of having a position. Okay? And the only way you move through that position is they'll define themselves if they would like to earn commissions or get the products free by sharing the technology. And I'm going to bring Eric in next week, everyone, to go through this. Okay, go ahead.
And
Last
one more thing concerning customers. We don't even present a customer as a way of purchasing ever. That or a bronze package, which is purchasing only one sleeve. Who does that? Who does that? That doesn't even work because you have to have your Eon with your X39. But the reason we don't is because our goal is to give the prospect the best possible deal. And we say that up front, and we don't bring it up because it's not the best possible deal when you have to pay $25 extra for the bronze pack. That's just insane. That's not thrifty.
Thank you, Jan. And everyone, Jan had a miraculous recovery with the X39, but she's under the Eric Beals organization, and that team, within less than 7-8 months, Eric hit presidential director. So they are totally duplicating it through their own organization. And we had Eric on the other day on the wealth call, but I'm going to bring Eric on next week. Who here wants to hear Eric and have him define this for you? Oh man, look at all these hands up. Okay, great. We're going to bring him on. So, wow, we're going overboard on the call today. Who here learned something today? Good. Next 90-day goals. What is the goals, everyone? Identify and develop your next 2 bodybuilders. Get that locked in for your 2024. A lot of changes happening. We're going to update each one of you. Next week will be my last call. Actually, because I will be out to Orlando October 7th, and I'll be gone through the entire convention, okay? So next week, I want to bring Eric in. He'll do a nice training just so he can define how he builds it out, which will bring more clarity. I'm going to have a chart on what a shared leg, build leg looks like. I'm going to actually have a binary chart to look at so we don't get confused. And then from here, we're going to start our brand new quarter, okay? So next week is the beginning of October. Get ready for that. I love you. I'll see you on the men's call for all you men. Tonight, we're having a wealth call. We're interviewing brand new manager and our brand new director, okay? So 2 more calls happening. tonight. So bye everyone and see you later. Bye,
Thanks
everybody.
very much, Peter. and Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
For the
Pat.
Hot Wheels.
I think I'm starting to get it.
That's
1 week at a time. 1 week at a time. Bye, everyone.